What's up, y'all? P2 Powers back at you with another video. How is everyone doing today? I hope y'all had a fantastic double XP weekend. And y'all, we have a new quest to cover. Now, unlike normal, this quest is going to be out of order, but I wanted to go ahead and make a video on it since it is so new. I hope that's okay. For spoiler purposes, don't watch this video if you haven't either done or watched the following quest: Pieces of Hate, One of a Kind, and Sliskay's Endgame. There might be others, but I know for sure those quests will in some way be spoiled in this quest. You have been warned. Now, what do you say we get this quest knocked out? Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started by talking to Bryle here in Daemonheim. P2 Powers, I was hoping I would bump into you. I have a bit of a problem, and let's face it, when there's a problem, you're the person to seek out. That is very true. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, it's the end of the world, or at least it will be if we don't stop it. You've probably felt it, the chill in the air, the shadows seeming to choke the light more than usual. I have a network of informants around the place looking out for strange portents and omens, you know, signs that something bad is going down. Well, one of them has found something big, something apocalyptically big. Can you help me get to the bottom of this? Of course I can. Great. It's big, this. Even the Fremennik can't ignore the omens. The world itself is trembling in fear. You can feel it if you're really still. Bad stuff, but I'm no expert. You need my informant for that. Unfortunately, my informant is a mysterious resident of the Ark. I have only ever spoken to them via letter and carrier Seagull, never directly. They call themselves the Jade Spider, and well, this is the strange part. They've asked for you by name. They're in hiding at the moment. Apparently they've picked up some enemies along the way. All we know is that they're on the Ark somewhere. Currently, you'll have to hunt down clues as to where they might be. Start on Waco, that's your best bet. Everyone goes through Waco at some point, so someone may have heard something. Alright, we're going to go to the Ark. See y'all in a second. If anyone would have heard anything, I would assume it would be the merchants, so let's start by talking to them. Welcome back, I have such wonders to show you, blah blah blah. Ask about the Jade Spider. The eagle flies south of the cauliflower. What? Nothing. I was, clearing my throat. Have you heard anyone mention it? No, sorry, I haven't heard anything. Alright, well that was very helpful, wasn't it? Ask about the Jade Spider. Shh, they'll hear you. Who will hear me? I can't. Look. She leans in closer, her eyes filled with a genuine fear. They have spies everywhere, hiding, watching. Look, I don't know anyone important, okay? If you want to know someone that does, you should find a friend. You should find a friend on Wells Maw. But I didn't tell you anything. She leans back and in a louder voice continues. Sorry, my friend, I just sell bamboo. I'm sure a jeweler somewhere might have what you're after. I'm getting the feeling that I'm about to be sent on a wild goose chase. I wonder if there's anything else I need to do before I leave the island. I guess I should finish talking to the merchants here. Nope. Okay. Off to Wellsma we go. Alright, who exactly am I looking for here? The woman's gaze is fixed on the distant ocean. She is singing a song. Ask about the Jade Spider. Yes, the spider said you would come. Dark days are coming. A shadow threatens all of us. Can you feel it? It's like a cold current beneath the surface that threatens to drag us all under. She whispers, the wind catching her breath and carrying it to you. They are watching me. The Jade Spider gave me a message for you, but I had to hide it from them. I was forced to bury it near the turtles so that they could not steal it from me. They will be watching me, but I don't think they have yet noticed your involvement. Go quickly before their blades are pointing at you. See which turns back to the ocean singing. Alright, so I guess I'm going to go dig in these sand spots for something. What is this? There's a tiny tunnel down there and tracks that look like turtle feet leading away. There are scraps of paper. Has a turtle really eaten the note? Get on with turtle hunting. Okay, so I gotta hunt the turtles. Gotcha. There it is. The clue I needed right in the turtle's mouth. if you'll just hand it over. The turtle snaps at you. You pull your hand back quickly, then distract it by poking it sharply in the shell. It cannot feel the poke, but it thinks it can, and it is distracted in its existential confusion. You get the piece of the clue and release the turtle to its fate. Alright, let's read the note. Hello, P2 Powers. Forgive this strange runaround. There is an infection running through the Ark. A sinister cult has grown in popularity in these lands, and it has eyes and ears everywhere. I have to send you on these wild goose chases to confuse them and lead them astray. It won't work for long. I've left a trusted friend with my location. You just need to tell them the oyster is open, and they'll know it is you. You can find them on the island of Tualit. Make haste. I can feel the enemy gathering. The Jade Spider. Alright, let's head to that island that I cannot pronounce. Ask about the Jade Spider. The oyster is open, but the pearl is black. So you're the adventurer the spider told me to look out for. Okay, listen carefully. You're going to want to sail to Gashima. The Jade Spider has a camp set up in the city. You can find them there. Be careful though, the enemy is gathering. You should be ready for a fight. Alright, off to Gashima we go. Cracians, here, they must be looking for the Jade Spider. I'm going to have to fight my way through them if I'm going to learn anything about the Jade Spider. Okay, I have to kill 12 Cracians, looks like it. Alright, there's a noise coming from the gate, it said. Let's see if we can open the gate. Okay, that was easy enough. Where to now? Hello, P2 Powers. I'm glad you found me. I was beginning to wonder if you would be able to make it at all. You're the Jade Spider? The very same. It's a bit of a dramatic title, but it has its uses. People tend to be oddly frightened of strange names. Puts the riffraff off. But whilst I'd love to chit-chat, I'm afraid we've just not got the time. I take it Brawl has warned you about the rising threat. She mentioned something. There is a being called the Ambassador. He is an ancient creature in service to something dark and terrible. I've been investigating him for some time, and I think I finally found a lead on him. There is a new religious order that has grown on the island of Amanishi. They preach purity and transcendence, but the truth is far, far darker than that. I managed to sneak inside, pretended to be one of the faithful, and I rose high enough to join their council. That's when I learned they were dealing with the Black Stone, something I have dealt with in the past, and it's bad news. Whatever this stone touches, it corrupts, and I could already see the tendrils of corruption infesting the Temple of Amanishi. Unfortunately, I got careless, and someone learned that I wasn't truly faithful. I killed them before they could tell anyone, but it's too risky for me to stay there now. I know that suspicion is creeping in on me. Which is why I need you. See, I'm good at warding magic, and they use my skills to protect their dungeon from intruders. But what they don't know is that I added a back door to the wards. I tried the magic of the wards to the nearby guards so that someone with a powerful enough magical presence, say the World Guardian, would be able to break the wards just by taking out some of the security. Crude, but effective. So that's what I need you to do. I need you to make your way into the Temple of Amanishi and find out what they're doing in the lower levels. You don't need to do it alone. If you've got some friends you can trust, they can join the fight with you. It won't be an easy fight, but you're the World Guardian. I'm sure you can handle it. Alright, on to Amanishi we go. Okay, full disclosure time, I've never actually beaten the Temple of Amanishi, even in story mode. I tried it one time and got wrecked by Siryu, so we're gonna see how this time goes, but yes, I am gonna do it in story mode because I am a pleb. But anyways, wish me luck. Arats. Why did it have to be Arats? Arats, Arhats. Why'd it have to be either one of those? Okay, I changed my mind. I prefer the flying snakes. Bring back the flying snakes. This game would be so much easier if I didn't suck at PvM. I meant to learn how to PvM, but then I forgot. Bonus points if anyone in the comments understands that reference. Mobs for days. Someone tell me why this dude is kicking my butt using ballet. Okay, here goes nothing. Yay, we did it! Not really. Hey, now we did it for real. Alright, I'm gonna try to sound like a wise dragon now, so bear with me. Who are you? Why are you? The pools of anguish overflow, solemn, silent. All of my fears converged inside of one sempiternal moment. Hey, Sempiternal was a great album. You were beautiful lights on the horizon, blotted out by a dark storm. Thank you. Alright, come on, dude, let's get on with it. I felt others sharing my torment, the exact same veiled confusion. One hides it well, though it pains her, the other so alone. Would you help them too? Come on. Out with it already, out with it. Be wary, do not wander to your death. Okay, I hope that's the end of it because I ain't waiting around here any longer. I defeated the Temple of Amanishi. The cultists had imprisoned the Anima Guardian Siryu and were corrupting it using shards of black stone. I freed it, but it mentioned that there were others suffering as it was. Siryu, one of the sacred Anima Guardians? How dare they? Madam, she seems overcome by rage, but manages to calm herself down. Something about the intensity of her rage makes you a little uncomfortable, like you have seen it before. But it makes sense and seems to tie in with something my agents have recently uncovered, a strange tablet buried in the sands of Amanishi. It seems that the black stone is not a recent discovery. In fact, it was discovered a long time ago. At least that's as much as we can glean from this tablet. According to my mystics, it's written in the language of a race from the distant past known as the Dragonkin, nasty creatures if the stories are to be believed. Madam, she hands you the tablet, you put it somewhere safe. I need to stay here and see if I can discover anything more about this ambassador and his plans. I imagine someone as well traveled as you must know someone who knows a lot about Dragonkin. They might be able to help. Alright. So the quest is not over. Yay. I need to find a Dragonkin expert to translate the tablet. I should look at museums and libraries. Alright, let's try the Museum of Varrock. One of my favorite NPCs. What's that, a Dragonkin tablet? Oh, how simply marvelous, may I? You hand the tablet over. By joy, this really is quite the find. This seems to be some sort of map, though I cannot quite make it out. It's talking about a font of creation, which, knowing what I know of the Dragonkin, might well indicate one of their hidden laboratories. Where can I find it? Ah, well, that's where we hit a bit of a problem. It seems that this is only a part of the map, not enough to create a full picture. It's not all doom and gloom, though. No. In fact, it talks about where the first clue might be hidden, or at least a link to it. It mentions that it's being safeguarded by the white-scaled alchemist. Does that ring a bell? It does mention something about a cold frozen mountain to the north, along the northeast of the continent, a secret sanctum deep beneath the ground. Perhaps you can find something there. I believe that would be Damonheim if I'm not mistaken. Alright, there's something odd about the statue. We need to put these dragon stones in the eye sockets and see what that's gonna do. Oh, hello, crumbling watchtower. This is Karapak's lab. It seems quieter than normal. I wonder if it's deserted. Hannibus, I thought you were in stasis. I was, I think. Time certainly seems to have passed, and I only have the memories of dreams to account for it. Karapak woke me up, or rather, I woke up and Karapak was gone, and I was in an empty house in what you now call Varrock. I had no idea what had happened. All I had was this. Hannibus holds up a strange vial filled with a dark red liquid that seems to shimmer faintly. What is it? The seeds of a future, a cure, or the beginnings of one. Karapak left me with a typically succinct note. It's not a fuel cure, but it will help some of the younger generation to produce healthy young. It won't save us, but it will save enough that there's now a real chance of us finding a solution. So I had to find him, to thank him. But he seemed to have vanished off the face of the planet. In typical Karapak fashion, I've been searching this lab since I got here and I can't find anything concrete. Just this piece of some sort of ancient map, but it's gibberish. I can't make heads or tails of it. Let me see it. It might be what I'm looking for. You piece the map together, but none of it seems clear. It seems to have information written in a language you don't recognize. Well, that is gibberish. Wait, I recognize that. It's the language of the dragons, or a crude attempt at it at least. Dragons have a language. When they are calm, they can be quite intelligent. I've only ever been able to calm a dragon whilst I am in its presence, though, but Shakarexis introduced me to the basics of their culture and their language. It's a simple language. It conveys emotions more than words. They're creatures of experiences, dragons. Their entire lives are built around the few memories of lucid moments. It's sad, really. They are such wonderful friends when the rage doesn't take them over. So you can read this. Just about. It wasn't written by a dragon, that much I can tell you. It's like someone used this language as part of some sort of code or puzzle, ignoring the beauty of a language so that they could get across some crude directions. It talks about secrets hidden in the place where the armored dragons are made, though I'm not sure where that might be. I feel like we can safely assume that's the second elite dungeon, right? The Dragonkin Laboratories? I feel like that's a safe bet. Obviously, I've never done this dungeon either, since having the first dungeon completed is a requirement to even do this one, so story mode it is. I'm so glad that's an option for this quest. I should have explained earlier, but story mode is a lot easier than normal mode, which I guess is a no-brainer since that's the version that I'm doing. I think you only receive like 10% of the damage, which is great because I couldn't complete this quest otherwise. Finally, oh my gosh, y'all, this took me so long. Why is it still saying that I need to find the dungeon where the metal dragons are made? Was that not what I was supposed to do? What the heck? I totally didn't know that Brimhaven Dungeon is where metal dragons were made. I thought that was just like their nesting area. And I'm supposed to be the lore guy. And there it is, Curse of the Black Stone. I've wasted so much time. This place by the Alundi, this place is horrible. Do you feel it? So much pain, so much suffering, a horrible burning sensation creeping over my skin, an aura of terrible loss. Let's get what we need to get out of here. This is an evil place. We're looking for another tablet piece. Let's take a look around. Hannibus, can you help here? I shall try. The rage is so strong. By the Alundi, she's so angry. Hannibus's eyes glaze over and another voice comes from his mouth. Where are they? They took them. My babies, my babies. Hannibus, are you okay? It's difficult. She is in so much pain. She has no voice of her own, so I'm lending her mine. They took them from me. They took my babies. What is a mother without her children? Who took them? They came down the stairs with claws of sharpened metal, or summoning forth the elements themselves. They come and they cut down my children. They strike them with magic or tear their flesh with their claws. They rip the flesh from their corpses, and they steal all the treasures that my babies have found. The treasures that tell their stories, that remind them of who they are without the rage, without the pain. They come for them, and they kill them again and again and again until none of them stand. My babies, my poor, poor babies. Maybe we should talk about something else. There are eggs just there. Yes, aren't they beautiful? My grandchildren and great-grandchildren. My babies' babies. No, they'll come for them. Come and take them from me. I won't let them. Do you hear me, darlings? Do you hear, my darlings? Do you hear? Granny is here. Granny will keep you safe. Okay, get to the point. I don't think this is getting me anywhere. I'll leave you be. Okay, that was a waste of time. I knew it would be in the last place that I looked. So now it wants us to heat the metal up. Your baby is cold. Warm her up. Oh, my poor darling, you're cold. Come here now, and Granny will make it all better. With a strange lullaby, the elderly dragon breathes intense heat into the metal. It becomes incredibly hot, but does not melt. Okay, great. Can we go now? Probably not. So, I skipped ahead. We had to cool the metal, then break it open, and there was a drawing of something similar to something in Karapak's lab. So here we are again. This is definitely where the tablet was pointing to. We'll have to look around and see if there are any more clues. You poke around the shelves when one of the effigies turns to look at you. What the heck? Hello, what are you doing? I'm looking for clues. On where all the high musky mucks went, yeah? Well, yes, actually, I was hoping we might be able to find more information on the Dragonkin laboratory somewhere. Yeah, they all disappeared through some sort of portal thing in the room over there. Any idea how we might follow them? I don't know exactly. I've been on the shelf, you see. It's hard to get much information. But as far as I can tell, it's got something to do with the big statues. Heard the boss man bringing them in a few days ago. Statues, fantastic. I'll take a look, thanks. Don't mention it. Yes, just like everything else in this quest, that took forever. This is the dawn of a new age, my brothers and sisters. The curse is broken. The chains are shed. We are free. But we cannot get complacent. This is a victory, yes, but it is the battle, not the war. With my chains shed, I can finally think clearly, truly clearly, with the clarity we haven't felt in millennia. Freedom isn't achieved simply in one action. We must cling to it dearly. We must fight for it with every breath. We must take action. We must take a stand. We must make sure that no chain can ever be forged again. So once again, I raise the old banner and I ask you to stand with me, my brothers and sisters. Let us not simply break these chains. Let us smelt them down and turn them into swords against our captors. Let the slavers know that we will never be slaves again. It's our time to rise. Ayo, Karapak, remember me? World Guardian, I suppose I should not be surprised at your arrival at this time. What are you planning, Karapak? That was quite the speech. All in good time, P2 Powers, all in good time. But you need not fear, P2 Powers. I will come to you when the time is right. I'm investigating a dark power rising. It seems you might know more. I do, but it would not help for me to tell you. There are some things you need to discover on your own. Then at least tell me where I can find the last piece of this map. I can do better than that. I will tell you exactly where it leads. It leads to an old laboratory of mine, the home of some of my greatest experiments and my greatest mistakes. Once a place where new dragons were born, wonderful dragons with unimaginable potential. But we had to abandon it. Sometimes an experiment goes wrong, and in that laboratory it went horribly wrong. Karapak stands silent, lost in a memory. A few seconds pass and he snaps out of it. He takes your map and scratches across it. It points to the north, the east of the wilderness. There lies your answer. Now you should go speak to your allies. I should speak with your friend Hannibus. I must make sure he administers the serum correctly. But I have more questions. But I have no more answers. Go. I should go and check in with Brow before I head into the dungeon. Dungeon? What dungeon? I know they ain't about to make me go through Elite Dungeon 2 again. Let me find out. An abandoned laboratory in the middle of the wilderness? That sounds safe. So very, very safe. Well, we need everything we can we can find if we're going to stop this ambassador. You're going to have to investigate that laboratory. It's going to be dangerous. There's going to be dragons, monstrous beasts, probably fire and lava. Are you sure you don't want to go? Huh, it would be glorious, but no. This is one for the World Guardian, I fear. You were about to tell her that you've already completed the dungeon, that you faced the Blackstone Dragon, and the terrible experiments that lie within. But then you see the look on Braw's face, and you remember the excitement of fighting your way through a lava-filled dungeon. You could fight your way through again. No one would know. No, skip the dungeon. Actually, I've already fought my way through that laboratory and defeated the Blackstone Dragon that guards it. It seems like the dragon was suffering the same way that Siriu was. Something corrupting it. It all seemed to be linked to that black stone. What is that stuff? What is that stuff? It seems to be the source of all of this strangeness. Come on, we should go and catch up with Madame She. She's the mystic pirate type. Maybe she knows more. There has to be a connection between these dungeons. The presence of that black stone is too much of a coincidence.
Oh my gosh, y'all. I am so stinking happy I don't have to do that dungeon again. Like, you don't even know. I have a feeling some more drama's about to go down. Did you think freeing the others would weaken my hold on you? Okay, this guy is creepy looking. You have only tightened the noose further. Can you feel it, even now, the siren call of the master beckoning you? Never. I will never surrender myself to that thing. In time you will. When the last of your hope is gone, you will see the truth. But I understand you were chained down by your allegiances, your friends, and your crew. Let me set you free. What? No! I'll kill you. I'll stop your ritual and tear your heart out of your chest. You'll try. My plan cannot be stopped. His gaze shall fall upon Gillinor, and we shall be redeemed. That monster. I'm sorry, so sorry. We'll regroup and work out a... No more waiting, no more debating. I have nothing left to lose. All I have left is my vengeance. I will tear apart his ritual with my bare hands. He will regret the day he ever crossed me. Don't be crazy. We don't know what we're up against. We need to be smart about this. Madam She ignores you, her face locked in a grimace of fear. You recognize that intensity of hate, having seen it on both Siriu and the Blackstone Dragon. But before you can stop her, Madam She teleports away. I should go and talk with Brow. We need to do this fight properly. Each person here is committed to helping us take down the ambassador. I heard about what the ambassador did to She's crew. We have to stop him, now! But he's not alone. He has entire legions of Kracians and undead things defending his base. He'll destroy us before we even reach him. I've gathered everyone around and set up a war council. We're going to bring the fight to him. I hope they have that fighting spirit whenever it comes time to actually face the ambassador.
First, our intel tells us the ambassador's ritual site is under the ocean, so you're going to need to find a way to breathe underwater. There's a hydromancer, Myrtle, who should be able to help you out. Hello there. Hello again there, friend. I don't suppose I could trouble you for some help with a water-based problem. I'd be happy to help if I can, especially after you help me find my mentor. You wouldn't know a way I could breathe underwater, way out in the cursed archipelago. No, lago. Well, yes. Excellent. And no. Oh. If you wanted to dive nearby, I could simply cast an underwater breathing spell on you. However, I cannot maintain the spell from too far away. And unfortunately, I cannot join you near the cursed archipelago because of reasons. Do you have any other ideas? Maybe. During my research, I found a set of old instructions on how to make a potion of water breathing. Given my skills, I never had any need for it, but maybe it would be of use to you. Sounds like it could be just what I was looking for. Unfortunately, there is a small catch. Of course there is. Of course there is. What is it? Will I need to go find the ingredients from far-flung corners of the world? Not quite. I have most of the ingredients here. However, they need preparing and the instructions are a bit cryptic. It says to fill a vial with the clear winds of water, to dry some magical seaweed under a divine blinding light. Then finally, to combine those with the resident of the depths you wish to traverse. I think this means a fish from near to where you want to dive. As for the others, I have an enchanted vial to hold the winds, whatever they may be, and some magical seaweed, but we will need to get the fish. It's a bit too deep and far out to sea to fish with a net or rod. I think I could teleport one here if you give me a law rune and a raw fish to swap places with the target fish. Here, take these unprepared ingredients. Can you help me get the fish now? Ah, I see you have the items I need. Do you want to proceed?
Yeah, dude, let's wrap this quest up. Not that I don't love it and everything, this is just gonna take me forever to edit. Which is totally fine by me because y'all are definitely worth it, but I want to be able to put out more than one video this week. The air here feels just right. That was easy enough. The same cannot be said for the seaweed. I knew I had to look for somewhere divine in the desert. Of course, the first place I went to was the Heart of Gielinor, aka God Wars Dungeons 2, and that did not work, but finally I remembered about the Abbey because I recently did a quest on it, so that was lucky, I guess.
Now that you can breathe underwater, we should probably move on to the next stage. Unfortunately for us, the ambassador isn't stupid and he's defending his ritual site fairly well. Our immediate priority is going to be taking out his artillery. Fortunately, his cannons are all facing decidedly downward. A quick strike with dragonfire and those cannons will go up in smoke. I thought we might go up and visit my old friend Shakarexus, or as you know him, the King Black Dragon. It will be good to see my old friend again. Hello, old friend. It's been too long.
Indeed it has. We had not expected you to return. We know of your people's plight.
There is hope, old friend. Hope. But I am not here to reminisce. I need your help.
It is yours. We are brothers and we will always be here if you need us.
Are there any others who could join us? Dragons with enough self-control?
Perhaps, but I am not well versed in the activity of other dragons.
So we're looking for an expert on dragon activity on Gielinor? It is time we spoke with our good friend Mordaunt. Shakarexus, we're gathering on the east of Daemonheim. Will you meet us there?
Yes, we shall ready ourselves for battle once more. Forgive the bad pronunciations if y'all can. I can generally pronounce a lot of RuneScape names pretty close, but doing it while recording live can be kind of difficult.
Why, no, it couldn't be. Could it? A living, breathing dragon rider? Here in my little office? My good sir, it is an honor to meet you. Truly, why I am quite giddy. Where's a parchment? I really must get your signature. My signature? Oh my stars, yes. To us dragons, you dragon riders are, well, you're like heroes to us. To most of my kind, your touch is a sparkling moment of lucidity in an endless nightmare. Why dragons dream of finding a rider, of learning how to feel the wind beneath their wings without the rage stripping away the ability to enjoy the moment. And then there's the history, the stories, the legends. I would love to pick your brains to learn everything there is to learn about you. I would be delighted, but perhaps not now. I'm looking for dragons that could join us in a great battle. A dragon with enough clarity that they could help me without me needing to ride them. I'm sorry, I can't think of any dragons with enough clarity to join you. I see. Well, thank you for your... Forgive me interrupting, but couldn't you get the other dragon rider to help you? I know she's rather difficult, but she is your kin after all. Other rider? There's a dragon rider general, fights for the forces of Zeros at the heart. Perhaps you could persuade her to assist you. P2 Powers, please. I need to meet this rider. I need to speak with them. Thank you for your time, Mr. Mordaunt. I shall have to see about a longer conversation later. My door was always open, Ryder, always. I shall meet you at the heart, P2 Powers. Well met, my friend, to see another Ilyujanka here on Gielinor, and to see you riding a dragon as I once did. There are no other dragon riders on Gielinor, only me. That is true. All the Ilyujanka are on Iowa currently. Vindicta spits on the floor in disgust. Oh yes, I know of them, weak and pathetic, letting themselves die because fighting is too hard. No, it's more than that. They serve the Alunde. They serve their place in the tapestry. An excuse for weakness, nothing more. We are dragon riders. We should fight. We should take our fate into our own hand. Not just wallow in self-pity. How can you say such things? How can you renounce the Alunde so willingly? You must have been taught. Ha! I was not raised amongst the whimpering, walking dead of Iowa. I was hatched here on Gielinor in the heat of dragon fire. I am the daughter of 2 dragon riders. I forged my own fate at the side of my lord Zeros. You were born here, but how? They haven't been Ilyujanka here for centuries. Not since. I was born to Morvanon. My egg was rescued by Gorvek when she was slain. He kept me in stasis for centuries until it was safe for me to be born. I was raised by dragons to serve the empty lord as his great rider. Morvanon, but that means... Your father, what was his name? Hannibus, the great rider, a terror to his enemies, greatest of the riders. I never introduced myself. I am Hannibus. I am your father. How dare you lie to me? Hannibus was a giant, a warrior. You are a tiny, frail thing. I am a warrior. Shakarexus and I have faced down armies and destroyed the dread beasts of the old world. Do not think to know me, child. A warrior is more than the armor they wear and the weapons they carry. More than muscle and height. I am a warrior. I will always be a warrior. Let me prove it to you, daughter. Come fight with me. One battle. Let me prove that you are my daughter. That's better. That's the fury of a warrior. Tell me, Hannibus, what is the target? A dragonkin's defenses. Cannons guarded by the warped monsters of the ambassador. Vindicta's eyes light up. She bristles with delight. Cranon the ambassador. I have heard of him. The empty lord has warned of the danger he represents. Oh yes, I will stand against that. Very well, but be clear, there is no bond between us, Hannibus. You are not my father, even if you prove yourself my blood. But if you can show me the strength of a true dragon rider, perhaps we can talk more. Hannibus nods stoically, and as Vindicta turns to prepare for battle, a single tear falls down his cheek. We have lost so much. You put a hand on his shoulder, and for a moment the two of you stand in silence. Come on, my friend. We've got what we came for. With Vindicta and Gorvik, we have enough to destroy the cannons. We should head back to base. I have a daughter. I can't believe it. You should talk to Brill. Find the next step of the plan. I'm a dad. So there are 2 of them? Yay. Well, those cannons are doomed, but before we move on, your quartermaster has a bit of a personal request. You should have a bit of a chat with him. Arr, matey, I've been thinking. We're about to head into extreme danger. Yep. Our chances of survival are slim. Yep. Well then, yar I be needing to put all me affairs in order then. I owe a debt, you see, to old Stephen here, and I'd like to repay it, Yar see, Stephen has been me faithful companion for a long time now. Came with me to tame the seas, he did. But to do so, he had to leave his family behind, you see. If we're going to die, a Gull should at least have the chance to tell his wife and kid he loves them. That seems simple enough. Ye be a good friend, Captain. His family lives on them eastern lands now, Waco no less. Moved there a bit back. Stephen, what are you doing here? Hello, Mrs. Stephen. Is everything okay? I thought you'd gone, Stephen. Thought you'd left us. I've moved on, Stephen. I'm seeing another goal. How could you? Who?
Mwah!
Oh dear, how dreadful. I know that voice. Well, yes. How could she not fall for me? I offer her a life of luxury and my exquisite touch. What could you offer her? A life of loneliness and destitution? She deserves better. I don't believe that for a minute, Count. Come on, Stephen, I'm sure we can save your marriage. Maybe we can speak to someone else on the island who can help. Was I supposed to know they were seagulls? Hi, I don't suppose you would know anything about Count Ludwig Koppenploppen. How dare you mention his name in my presence? That oversized pigeon stole my copy of Bird Spotting Monthly. Do you have any idea how long it will take to get another copy? About a month? Yes, and all I have to occupy myself for that month is this view. Well, this is a rather nice view, better than the one from the house anyway. I suppose. Well, I should be getting back to enjoying the view then. Hi, I don't suppose you would know anything about that Count, huh? Oh, of course, he's my boyfriend. That player. Wait, what? But he's seeing someone else. Don't be silly, he would never cheat on me. I'm beautiful. And you ain't got no one to blame for your heartache except yourself, boo. I hope y'all don't mind. I'm going to skip the last 4 birds. They're not really integral to the plot. It's just showing that the Count's bad, and we already know that. And I'm trying to keep this video under an hour if I can. Mrs. Stephen, the Count is a bounder and a cad, and I have proof. You regaled the Seagull with all the evidence against the Count that you have gathered. The more you say, the more horrified and disgusted she looks. The Count seems oddly proud of himself. You, get away from me. Oh well, it was fun while it lasted, and there are plenty more birds in the sky. Stephen, please forgive me. I was just so lonely. I know, I'm sorry. I shall visit more often. I love you, wife. You leave the 2 seagulls to fix their marriage. It will be a long process, but the healing can begin now. You've done a good thing for some seagulls. Is there a reason this couldn't have just been a mini quest or something? I'm just asking. Honest question. Thank you for helping. So, you cool to maybe die for me now? I'll try not to, Captain, but if I do, at least it's with a clear conscience. Excellent work mending a seagull marriage there. Right, there's one last thing left to do. Talk to the Bosun. She has all the details. I've been thinking, if we're going to fight this ambassador and his minions, we're going to need soldiers. Someone to fight his forces while you sneak through and take down the ritual. I have a friend, Lieutenant Crane, who commands an elite group of Black Knights. We served together and rose through the ranks together. I trust her with my life. Whatever beef I have with the Order, I know she'll fight the real fight. Last I heard, she was stationed underground in a dungeon near the prison cells. I'll go and speak to Lieutenant Crane then. Will this quest ever end? So, they'll likely attack from the northern front, so if I sneak through the... Hello there, can I help you? You don't seem to be part of my team, and I really don't think you should be overhearing this. Perhaps I should cut your ears off. Help make sure you don't listen in on people again, huh? Evie sent me. Lieutenant Crane leans in close and drops her voice to a whisper. Evie, is she all right? I heard about her brother. She's all right. She's part of my crew. We're about to face a really powerful enemy, and she suggested you as someone who might be able to help. I see. I can't just leave my station to fight the battles of deserters. The fate of Gillinor is at stake. It's always at stake. You think there's only 1 or 2 threats at a time? There are things, horrible things, always threatening to destroy life as we know it. This one's a mutated dragonkin with an army of undead minions about to complete a ritual which will summon a powerful evil force and wipe out all of life on Gillinor. ... Oh. Yeah, okay, that's a pretty big one. So you'll join us? If I'm going to face something that will almost certainly kill me, I need to make sure my family is safe first. That they're taken care of. I know Evie understands the importance of family. What do you need? I have a sister, Tessa. She is training to be one of the Kinshra at the fortress. I can't leave my station. Can you check that she's alright? Okay, if I go and check on your sister, you'll join the fight? Against an ancient warp dragonkin that intends to obliterate the planet? Yes, I will. I'm looking for a trainee going by the name of Tessa. I'm not sure I know of a recruit by that name. Was she one of the recruits who failed the training? What would have happened to her if she was? Well, Commandant Bletchley has been an earnest believer in separating the calf from veal. Not entirely sure what that means. I mean, where would she be if she failed? It's up to the discretion of the commandant, though he has been unavailable for some time. You can check the transfer log. Let me just find them. Yes, let me see transfers. As you look through the transfers, there haven't been any transfers for some time. In fact, the most recent transfer out of the fortress was way before trainee Tessa even began training. Do you know where Tessa's stuff is? I'd imagine it would be where the most recent trainees were placed, in the barracks on the ground floor to the west. Right, keep on it. There could be infiltrators and spies anywhere. Hey. What on, Gillinor? Hands off, I belong on only one head, and it's not yours. If you're still holding me before she gets back, she's going to be really upset. What? Who's going to be upset? The Radiant Angel, the pinnacle of beauty, Lady Tessa, and I'm not just a helmet, I'm the entire suit of armor. How is a suit of armor talking? You're just a suit of flesh and you're talking. I'm meant to be talking. Suits of armor generally don't. Maybe they just find you an incredibly boring conversational partner. Anyway, I'm looking for Tessa too. Have you seen her? Nope, not for some time. Anyway, she was sent upstairs for evaluation and never returned. I've never known evaluations to take this long. This should be known. But I've been very lonely here. Don't worry, my sentient helm friend. I'll find her. Hopefully she'll be promoted and have all brand new armor. And left me here to be replaced. I'll let you know if anything comes up. The woman jumps at the sight of you approaching her. Are you Tessa? ... She looks visibly agitated and confused at the question, but quickly nods her head. What are you doing here? Weren't you supposed to be training to be a Black Knight? ... She sadly nods her head, but then raises her manacles as if to show you what has changed. She rolls her eyes and grabs some paper from nearby. Okay. Furiously, she writes a note and hands it to you. It tells how the commandant, a cruel man by the name of Bletchley, deliberately failed several female recruits despite their outstanding performance, herself included. She scribbles again and goes on to detail how Bletchley decided to enslave them to save them rather than throw them out or transfer them. Why didn't you just tell me this? She smiles sadly and opens her mouth. As you look on, you realize that her tongue has been removed and replaced with several crude stitches. It looks like it is healing properly, and any violent movements could cause the hematoma to rupture. That could be problematic. I will go talk to your sister. Just hang tight for now, okay? She nods and gives you a faint smile. What a jerk. I hope we get to cut out his tongue. Did you find her? She's a slave. I'm sorry. Commandant Bletchley had all the women kicked out and then turned into slaves. They cut out her tongue. ... He's dead. I'll kill him. I'll cut his tongue out and choke him with it. She needs to be avenged. Get her out of there. I need her safe. Then we're going to have a little chat. I need your help. We are breaking Tessa out of here. Why? She's an excellent soldier and she'll surely rise the ranks in no time. The commandant felled her, enslaved her, and cut out her tongue. The bounder, the cad, how dare they? My beautiful Tessa, how could they remove her melodious voice? I shall help her escape. What do you need me to do? You're going to help sneak her out. You'd make an excellent disguise. Excellent, let's go save her. Tessa waits for you to help smuggle her out. Before you do anything, though, you need to get rid of those manacles. Pick the lock. Tessa waits for you to help. Perhaps smuggling her out in her own armor could work. Would you like to give the armor to her? Yes. Tessa, it's so good to see you again. Are you okay? She smiles as she starts to put on her armor, which has begun to hum softly. What's the matter, Tessa? Cat got your tongue? About that, Tessa has had her tongue removed and has been forced into slavery. We are busting her out and you are going to have to be her voice. So now all we'll have to do... Wait, can we come up with code names for each other? Your code name could be Caffey and mine Galloway. No code names, just follow me and we'll be out of here in no time. Lieutenant. Soldiers, what exactly are you doing talking to me when you should be standing at your post? There has been a problem with spies, infiltrators, and escapees. And I have a feeling that Commandant Bletchley hasn't authorized anyone to leave this citadel soon. So tell me, what exactly are you two doing? Look at Tessa for an answer. We are commanded to do what we do best, instill fear and destruction across the countryside. You will let us pass. Or do you dare question the will of the Lord of Chaos and Death, the Dark Lord and God of Dark Fire? I will leave you to it then. Impressive. Sometime later. Is that you, Tessa? Tessa removes her helmet to show her face. I wasn't sure if I would see you again when I heard about what had happened. No, I need a medic in here. Tessa will be fine, just needs bed rest and then she will be joining me. What will we be doing next? Now we will remind Bletchley that strength comes from suffering and we shall give him quite the workout. Go and get me Higgs. We're going to teach someone a Zamarakian lesson. She should be here for this. I almost have obtained Crane's assistance, but she needs your help. She wants us to deal with the Commandant. Oh, fair enough. It's about time for a homecoming, and what better way than a command restructure? How do you think we should do it? I highly doubt Bletchley is going to let us murder him discreetly in one of the most fortified citadels in Gillinor. He might have a weakness which can be exploited. Any thoughts? He seems to think quite highly of himself. Maybe I could lure him by saying that I've spotted you sneaking into the castle on the roof. We can ambush him with Crane's assistance and finish him there. That could work. Go to the castle. I'll let Crane in on the plan. You should go to the roof. Why? Why would I do that? The deserter Higgs is up there. Should I send for more guards? That won't be necessary. I think I'll handle this personally. Commandant, your tyranny precedes you. As your treason precedes you, we both know why I am actually here. To see to a deserter put in her place. On the contrary, the sword of justice points at your throat, not mine. How can you even try to justify what you have done to these women? I have the authority to do what is needed to bring greatness to the Kinshra, and ensure that the cattle we bring in here don't die at the end of a white knight's blade. They were just trainees and you made them slaves. You were little more than a tyrant. I did what I had to do. If you want to come up here, question and threaten me, go ahead.
There are Cerdominus fanatics just waiting for a chink in our armor, that they may tear down these walls and slaughter all of us. I have no need to explain my reasoning, especially to someone who has so clearly abandoned their post. Because either way, it simply comes down to the fact that you and every recruit I failed haven't been able to handle the vast responsibility necessary to be a Black Knight. Of course, you are our defender. Nothing is going to stand in your way. Not me, not Tessa, not the Black Knights, not even Lord Zamorak himself. You have not unlocked these trainees' potential. You have murdered it. I will be merciful by offering you a swift death if you repent now. I did what I had to do. But why am I defending myself? You're nothing, just a deserter, and you stand alone. Not quite. I beg to differ. But this is treason. No, this is a simple organizational restructure. Everyone here understands that sometimes there needs to be a drastic change in command. As you once said, we have to separate the calf from the veal. Now let's see what you are really made of. I think we'll start with your spleen. No, that's kind of brutal, but understandable. At a different place and a different moment. Vengeance. It feels good, doesn't it? Those wrongs all righted in a few sharp jabs to the kidneys. Don't feel any guilt or remorse for his death. He was a monster. The world is better without him. And by helping me kill him, you have my support. I will gather my soldiers and I shall meet you at Daemonheim. I should go and talk to Brow for the next part of the plan. Okay, that should be it. We've got an army, a couple of dragons, can breathe underwater, and a seagull's marriage has been repaired. There's only one thing left, boss. Your speech. My what now? We're about to head to our possible deaths. You've got to have a motivational speech for everyone. Acknowledge their awesomeness. Never have I seen such a gathering of amazing people. We have warriors capable of taking on enemies, or armies. Sailors capable of outmaneuvering the fastest vessels. And great dragons capable of incinerating anyone that stands in our way. The ambassador doesn't stand a chance. Point out their similarities. Look at the person next to you. We're more alike than we are different. Each person here is risking their life to save their neighbor. Risking everything to save the world. I am proud to stand amongst you, because united there is nothing that can stand against us. It won't be easy, but each of us knows our roles to play. I know none of you will let me down. So let's do this. Time to save the world. The mobs in this dungeon are pretty generic, so I won't be showing those, but the boss fights are pretty cool, so we'll be showing a bit of that. Don't worry, y'all, we're almost finished. Alright, first boss fight coming up.
I have seen the dead walk, but never so brazenly. You are rotting before my eyes, and your presence here only hastens your decay. It is for mercy's sake that my pet kills you now. You would not like the world I am creating.
The ambassador is quite the trash talker, isn't he?
Get out of here. I have conquered the dreaded water snake, and now we press forth.
Let's try this way.
So many stinking zombies. I wasn't going to show any mobs, but I let the necromancers live, and that was a mistake.
Man, that's a lot of damage.
Boss fight number 2.
You charge only to your death, and death is my speciality. So come, mortal, and add yourself to my collection. Your souls are nothing but fuel for a greater power, but I get what's left behind. Behold!
Uber heal, that's cheating. And you get a partner? What the heck?
I am the master of death!
You're about to be the master of dead.
I die free!
This is it, the moment we've all been waiting for.
So, you come to witness this great moment. To be present as his gaze is turned upon this world. To be one of the first blessed by his black radiance. I can understand such dreams. Come then, shed your mortal form and rejoice.
Pretty colors.
Are you that pinioned by your weakness? So be it. If you will not rise, then you shall fall.
Okay, that's creepy. Really, really creepy.
You think this is a victory? You live only because he has not noticed you. But soon, his gaze will fall upon this world, and you will not be able to save them.
Hey, we did it. Bad news, y'all. Somehow the footage of the last little bit of the quest got corrupted. The audio was fine because I do them on separate softwares, but the footage is gone. So I'm only going to be able to play the audio over some background. So I do apologize.
You've done it. The ambassador is dead, and his ritual is dead with him. You're amazing. Anyone ever tell you that?
Nowhere near enough.
You did it. You avenged my crew. I thank you, P2 Powers. Thank you. What happened to you, She? Oh, what happened to you, She? You just vanished. I went to fight him, like a fool. I went to fight him, but his forces caught me. He had wormed his way into my head some time ago, back when Rabid Jack took me hostage in that temple. Like Siryu, I could only feel a terrible obsession, a desperate yearning need to hunt him down. He was counting on that, of course. I should have known better, but the noise was too loud, the horrible song screaming in my head. But it's silent now, silent enough that I could escape, silent enough that I could return here and thank you. I owe you a great debt, P2 Powers, and one day I look forward to repaying it. We did it, my friend. We saved the world. Not bad for my first day back, eh? Not bad at all. But saving the world is the second best thing to happen to me today. I'm a father. I can't believe it. I never dreamed I could ever call myself that. I have so much catching up to do. I have so many years of absentee parenting to make up for. It's going to be hard. She owes me nothing. But I'm going to relish every moment of trying to win her over. Thank you, my friend. I owe you. I owe you everything. Sila Shatnia Adninwa. Until we meet again. Well then, we've saved the world, but the world is always going to need saving. You did good, P2 Powers. You did good. Have a drink on me. And that is the end of that very long quest. I wanted to keep it under an hour, but I didn't want to cheat y'all of any story either. I may not get a chance to upload again this week due to the fact that I'm battling some sort of bug that is really kicking my butt, but I'll try my best. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I've been P2 Powers. If you made it this far, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.